Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Comedy Cellar Tuesdays on this beautiful October day in New York City. And it's Happy Halloween, everybody. Our big Halloween show. Yes, remote as usual. Next time we're together, we will be in studio, but we have a fantastic show planned for you today. So why don't we get to it and introduce our guest? Let me just tell you before he comes in, this he will be playing Friday, November 7th at McGarvey's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Saturday, November 8th at Laughing Stock Comedy Club in Granville, Pennsylvania. Wednesday, November 12th, right here in the city at the Gotham Comedy Club, part of the New York Comedy Festival. And on November 14th and 15th at the Fort Wayne Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, Indiana. His album is called Denim and Laughter. It can be found on his website. And of course, he was the co-host of that metal show for 14 seasons. Please welcome back our friend, Don Jamieson, everybody.
All right, Dave. I'm back.
Back in the New York groove.
Yeah, good to be on with you, man. Thank you. This is the closest I get to the Comedy Cellar.
Well, we had you in last time, so it was okay.
Yes, I was in, but this everyone's on the Zoom machine now.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's it's all Mike's fault because now he lives in Texas. Because he's sick of coming into the city too, and as you know, you don't live there, and I can't wait to leave. I want to live where you live, and that's the story. I'm done with New York City.
Yeah, we need you back here.
Yeah, well, I love Jersey, and I'm gonna go back in. So let me say hello to everybody. A week late, Marcy, Barry, thank you for joining us today, and our incredible guest, and of course, yes, we will be talking about Kiss. I will just begin with, did you see the World Series last night?
I saw up till the top of the 15th, and then I was out. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? I'm not on the team. I'm not a part owner.
Yeah, and it doesn't affect. It's not one of your teams or anything. So right, it doesn't affect you. But I was actually working, so it was a beautiful thing for me. I had to work till 8 a.m. So I was like, this is a dream come true. this is the perfect night. I can actually stay up till 3 a.m. It stopped.
Like a big boy.
They got to fix that. That is so uncool. They got to split that into two. There was one when the Phillies won the World Series years ago. They had a rain delay, so they stopped it and picked up the game again at a normal time. So it ended, at like 9 o'clock at night, and then you could watch the celebrations, everything like a normal people. Now out in LA, it only went till midnight, so it wasn't that big a deal. But it's ridiculous to have the World Series go till 3 a.m.
Yeah, 18 innings. That's 30 Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. I was surprised how many Canadians I think were there at Dodger Stadium rooting for the Blue Jays. That was surprising.
Well, I'm not Canadian at all, but I'm rooting for the Blue Jays.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm over it. I'm over the Dodger thing. But again, I'm not for years, Dave. I get on the subway when I lived in New York and I just hold my hands over my ears. I don't want to hear anybody talking about scores or anything because it would ruin my day. And now it's just like I could actually watch a game and just enjoy it and just go. At a certain point, I'm turning it off. I got other things to do. But exciting.
I've been able to do that too, which is really tough because I usually have, bets on it. So, but that's how good I am about my betting days now is that I can actually go to bed and wake up and see what happens. It doesn't obsess me anymore. Thank goodness.
Yeah, and we can bet legally here in Jersey.
So. That's right. Well, New York too now. I used to have to travel to Hoboken on Sundays with a bunch of other dudes like me on the ferry. There was a march over the George Washington Bridge. Yeah. A bunch of douchebags and the ferry going to Hoboken. And one time I was on the ferry and the guy's like, you have to get off. And I'm like, I already made my bets. I'm going to. It's like, well, why didn't you just tell me you were doing that? I'm like, I didn't know if it was cool. And the guy was nice. He'd seen it 100 times before. So
yeah, it's the Degenerate Express. Straight to Hoboken, and exactly. They know you could just go and then you get right on the next ferry and come back because you just need to place your bets.
Barry says, and this is a good question, when a game goes that long, when do they cut off the beer?
I think like at the normal time. So yeah, they got to now sit there for literally another whole game.
Yeah, without any drinking, I'm out.
Out.
Yeah, that's all I do. I mean, I'm getting better at not drinking at games, but for now, that's the way it is. But anyway, how are you? How is your touring going?
Everything's good. Tour, yeah, I
You got a
mean,
lot of dates coming up.
it looks busy. It's all an illusion. You know how it goes. Everything looks. Everyone's like, "Man, you are busy. You got great stuff going on." What I don't put like, I'm not one of those people who puts on my social media. I was at the hospital today with 105
Yeah, thank God.
fever. Here's
Thank you for
12
not
pictures
doing
of
that.
me. Yeah, in a flimsy hospital gown. So I put up the happy stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I try and do that. I do that exact same thing. I don't understand people that give us all the stuff we don't want to know. And believe me, I wouldn't even be on social media if I didn't have a show like this and try and promote it and stuff. I would just, and you probably hate it too. I guess guys our age are just like, we're not interested in doing any of this, but it should be just everybody knows who I am. Just show up.
I want it to be, it's the most unsocial thing I do in the entire day.
You see what I put up today for us?
Yes, I shared
at
it.
least that was a fun one, though.
Thank you for tagging me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Speaking of which, why don't we just show a clip from our Paul Lynde special? It's my favorite thing to do this time of the year, play the opening where I can do my Paul Lynde and Margaret Hamilton at the same time, the opening of the Paul Lynde special. Now, look, Mr. Lynde. Yes, go ahead.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. What's the matter, Margaret? Jack Frost nipping at your nose?
Mr. Lynde, I've been your housekeeper for 15 years. So will you trust me when I tell you something?
Of course, Margaret.
It's not Christmas.
Why don't you go dust? Here comes Peter Cottontail, up down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way.
Mr. Lynde.
Don't tell me. It's not Easter. Margaret, go prune a tree. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine. What is it then? A Chinese New Year, April Fool, May Day, Payday, VJ Day, Groundhog Day? Smile when I get warm. You can smile, can't you?
I'll give you a hint. It's full of witches and spooks and strange creatures of the night.
Oh, sounds like Hollywood Squares.
We go through this every year. You know perfectly well what holiday it is.
Okay. Happy Halloween, everybody. Whoopee.
It's the Paul Lynde Halloween special.
That's good stuff every year. And Barry's like, I want that canned laughter track so bad. That's not canned laughter. That's true audience laughter. What's the matter with you? That stuff is hilarious.
That Paul Lynde is full of sass, I tell you.
Now, Mr. Lynde, I like doing both of them. Mr. Lynde, you know perfectly well which holiday it is.
And you would think, Dave, I mean, I know it was back in the 70s, but you would think that his producers would tell him in advance what holiday it was.
Things weren't like that back then. People were so high, they just didn't know. And you just had to go with the flow.
Yeah, even the prop people were on cocaine. So they're like, oh, we got to find a way to use all these props now. They got the whole year covered.
Oh, that's probably what it was, because I think they did it on like the Brady Bunch Variety Hour set. So they did have all those costumes and everything. Like, might as well get some use out of it. Okay, so why don't we switch over to football for a second, and then of course we're going to talk about Kiss and Ace Frehley today a little bit too. But let's do football first, okay? Right, Mike?
Yeah.
We do that. Are we doing the opening?
Yep.
Okay. What happened?
Sorry.
That's all right. We can let it go. We did good. Let me share the screen.
I'll
We were
never,
close
I'll
enough.
never let it go.
All right. These are, I'm sharing the screen, Mike.
Got it.
These were our results. Again, I don't know why I don't have the thing in here. When Greg Fitzsimmons was our picker 2 weeks ago, and everybody did really good. I don't remember because I picked the Jets that week. Wait, must have lost didn't they lose to the Panthers?
Yeah, they lost, but maybe they covered.
They didn't. I don't think maybe they did cover by a point. I don't remember now. Wait, all this is stupid. I don't know what did here. All right, forget about that. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to share again. Let's get to this week's match. I know I got right, which is week 8. Right? Why do I keep losing when I make the picture? I keep losing the teams. Okay, this is correct. I keep losing the teams of what we picked. But anyway, this was last week, and right, because I picked the Chargers, so that was okay. This makes sense. That's what it is. Where the smiley face or the Ghostbuster is, it means that is bad. Anyway, Marcy kicked ass. She kicked our ass, only missing on the Jets because she picked her beloved Bengals, who screwed everybody. I even picked the Bengals because I always pick the opposite against the Jets because that way, it's a win-win.
Yeah, you just do it at the beginning of the season. You just pick every game against the Jets. You're guaranteed to come out ahead.
Yeah, you're guaranteed at least 11 wins or 12 or actually exactly. 15 probably wins. And the Eagles beat the shit out of the Giants, which I did not have, but Marcy had. The Broncos beat the shit out of the Cowboys. And Kansas City beat the shit out of. I changed that bet the day before that Thursday because I didn't know that their quarterback wasn't playing, and they're a different team without him. What's his name for Washington?
Yeah, that would have been a much more competitive game if they had.
Then they wouldn't have won by so much. And
Jaden Daniels.
Our picture was Scott Ackerman last week, and he didn't do very well, but the celebrity picks, which Don has counts of one today, are doing very well. But you guys in the peanut gallery, the chat room, are winning the season so far. So let me get rid of this, and I'm going to stop again and start again, and we're going to make our picks now with this. Can you see it, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, look at that.
Yes. All right. So here we go. We are starting week 9 with our friend Don Jamieson as our guest picker this evening. And we will start. There was not a good Thursday matchup that I cared about. So we start with Sunday with the Bears, Bob Newhart's Chicago Bears, and the WKRP and Cincinnati folks. The Bears are favored by 3 because of the poor performance this past Sunday. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure the Bengals would have been favored at home. So actually, I'm going to take the Bengals to come back. I'm going to take the Bengals because the Bengals played very well and then screwed up. Even though the Bears kind of got run over by the Ravens, I don't know. I'm going to take the Bengals plus the points at home and feel like Joe Flacco has a comeback game. Don, what do you think?
So are we going with, we just pick straight up, or we're going with the points?
Oh, it's against the spread.
Yeah. You know what? I hate to go against Marcy, but I like your reasoning, Dave Juskow. I think Joe Flacco, he bounces back. He's a big Frankenstein-looking mofo. You don't want to anger a monster. He's gonna come back. He'll at least cover the 3. All my money go, and that's literally all my money, $1 going on the Bengals.
All right. And did I just see Marcy pick the Bears?
She picked the Bears and said it a week late.
Wow. That's interesting.
So did I, for that matter.
She's so upset after last week, and so she should be. It is an embarrassment to lose to the Jets. Mike, what are you picking?
The Bears as well.
The Bears. All right, then we go on to the Minnesota Mary Tyler Moore Vikings, and of course the Detroit Rock City Kiss Lions. It's all working out, and I don't know is that guy JJ playing for the Vikings, and if because who was playing for them last week? That idiot. He sucks. Carson Wentz. Wow, he sucks, but I think he's injured. So I'm all in on the Lions on this one. I don't know who the hell's playing, and if JJ McCarthy comes back, he's still a little injured. So if he's not coming back, maybe that switches the points. But I'm all in on the Lions on that. Minnesota sucks. What do you think, Don?
Yeah, 8.5 is a big line, but again, I think you're onto something with that. And also, our mutual comedian friend Jim Florentine pointed something out to me that I didn't notice, but the Detroit Lions are slowly becoming the Kansas City Chiefs in terms of the refs. Sort of
forgetting the calls.
Yeah, forgetting the calls on them and having loose flags on the other team. So with all that said, and they're coming off a win, right? So I'm gonna go with the momentum with the Lions.
Yeah.
With Kid Rock's Lions.
Absolutely going by winning by 10. Mike, what is the chat room doing? All Lions? I see Marcy Vikings, but
2 Vikings, 1 Lions.
Okay, so 2 Vikings. Okay, so Mike, what are you picking?
I'm gonna go with the Lions.
You're gonna go with the Lions as well. And then we go down to the incredible Indianapolis Colts. Little Michael Jackson action there. I had
I thought that was Shirley Hemphill.
I teach at Montclair State University. I'm making the kids watch the What's Happening Doobie Brothers episode this week in class.
Yes.
We're actually talking about it Thursday.
I'm signing up for your class tomorrow.
Who wouldn't want to be in that class?
I love that.
No matter what these kids aren't understanding the greatness of it. I hate them all.
Which doobie do you be?
Which doobie you be? Exactly. God, D, who just died, was so incredible. I was just watching, a little bit of the episode. She's like, if my brother's stupid, but he don't lie. If he says he's gonna make it, she's the best. So yeah, how about this Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones? It's the greatest story ever. I'm just so glad it wasn't a jet like Sam Darnold. But what a story. Pittsburgh, which I was hoping they would lose it because I'm just mad at Aaron Rodgers and I was so beloved him. I am absolutely going with the Indianapolis Colts. I don't have a problem at all. Because didn't Steelers just lose at home to Green Bay? So if you're only worried about TJ Watt, I'm not worried. This Daniel Jones and this Jonathan Taylor, I think his name is. Wow, they're just beating the shit out of everybody. I know they're gonna have a fault, but I don't think it'll be this week. Don, what do you think?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is really good at getting revenge on his old teams, but he couldn't even he knocked off the Jets. He couldn't knock off Green Bay. Indianapolis is rolling, and I think a big part of that is they didn't give him a stupid nickname like the Giants did. And started calling him Danny Dimes.
That was so stupid.
Yeah, Danny Dimes. Yeah.
He was hated that the first day I heard it.
Yeah,
I hated it.
He was doomed to start. And he's got a fresh start in Indianapolis. So going all the way, Indianapolis, all over the Steelers.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I mean, they gave him the name after he was doing some Indiana Jones like stuff. He came into the Giants without even playing, calling him Danny Dimes. Yeah, you're completely right on that. Mike, what's the chat room picking?
Colts.
Everybody's going Colts. And what about you?
I'm Colts as well.
How could you not? How could you not ride that train? It's incredible. Daniel Jones, one of the greatest stories. And then we have the game of the week, I guess. Kansas City against the beautiful Buffalo Wings I'm looking at, against the Buffalo Bills. And the Bills are underdogs. Now, I am taking the Bills here. They had a bounce-back game this week against a bad team, and they haven't been playing well. And normally I would take the Chiefs, but I know that the Bills have the reason why they're doing so crappy before last week is because they're built to beat the Chiefs. So that's their only team they can beat. So I'm taking the Bills, especially plus points. Don, what do you think?
It's a
tough
tough.
one. It's a really
Yeah, I mean they're both beatable. Just the Bills are just a pubic hair better. And by the way, the measurement of pubic hair is plus 3. So
Oh.
I'm gonna take the Bills on this one.
They're just a hair under the spread.
I was gonna say a C hair, but it's proper podcast.
What's the chat room picking, Mike?
They're going KC.
You're going
overall.
KC. What about you?
I'm gonna go Bills because Marcy said Bills. So
Okay, we do like Marcy. And then Monday night we have that's Alice from TV's Alice from Arizona. Early to bed, early to rise. And Dallas minus 2.5. Dallas at home. I do like Kyler Murray, and I guess he's going to come back. But I'm not. Dallas is just they give up so many points that I think it'll be a high scoring game. But I'm going to pick Dallas. But I don't know if Kyler Murray's coming back. I like the Cardinals, but I'll take the Cowboys in this particular case. What about you, Don?
I had a long talk with Linda Lavin and Vic Tayback about this game, and
all right, Dingy.
Vic and Vic and I we talked this through pretty good, and I agree. I like Kyler Murray, but just giving the edge to the Cowboys, so going with them.
All right, Mike. What about you?
I'm gonna go Cardinals.
You're gonna go
Also, I forgot in the later seasons that she became a lounge singer.
Well, is that right? You mean she left the diner?
She had a night job, or a second job as a lounge singer.
Right. I guess that was her plan. I mean, why wouldn't you? I guess she sings. Why wouldn't you use her that way? What is the chat room picking?
Cardinals.
Cardinals. All right. And those are our picks for week 9. Take a look at that board because I'm definitely going 5-0. All right. That's that. Now, this is the most important thing, Don. This is the most hilarious thing you may ever see in comedy. I'm putting it out there. We do a Mr. Pick every week. Now, last year, we killed it 15-0. We take a pack of unopened playing cards, of football cards. You pick a number from 1 to 8. Whatever that card is, we do it. It was working. This year, it hasn't worked at all. I mean, we're just 1 and 2, but last week, Greg, unfortunately, it's not his fault, picked the Titans. We knew we were doomed. And the first one we won. It was the Cowboys. We won on the last second. And we've been really not doing well. And I noticed on the Fan that because they're doing poorly, the radio station here, the sports radio station here, they've changed things up too. And they've stopped betting the spreads and doing other stuff. We'll just go with touchdowns. So we're changing it up. I bought a pack of 1980s Alf cards, Alf trading cards. And there are 5 cards and 1 sticker and 1 stick of gum. So I guess because I do have the stickers, or maybe we just go with the cards. Let's go with the cards. So I'm going to ask you, Don Jamieson, to pick a number between 1 and 5. And whatever that number is in this Alf trading card, I have assigned it. I found out what the season 2 cards are. And I have assigned it to a team. This is the stupidest thing that's ever been done. But we're doing it.
Yes.
So Don Jamieson, please pick a number from 1 to 5.
Let's go. I'm going 4.
4. All right. I am opening the pack. I'm going to eat this gum. I'm kidding, of course. This gum. Oh, it broke. No, I'm kidding. After 40 years, here's the gum.
You can still chew that.
Can you though?
After 40 years, you can. Yes.
And I'm not sure how the cards they're mixed up, but I'm going to go from this end. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going here. This is what they look like. The back looks like this, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I must have hit the mic. I'm sorry. Anyway, here's the 4th card. I can't see what it says. I have to get my glasses. Now, this will be hilarious. A hairdryer. I thought it was a bagpipe that went berserk. Well, you can see why that show lasted the 4 seasons it did.
Yes.
That kind of comedy is hilarious. So let's see.
Well, when your show is written by a heroin addict.
Right. And that is a true story. Okay. Oh, this is easy. It's card 91. That makes it easier for me. I have them by numbers. 91. It's the last card in the series 2 trading cards. A hairdryer. I thought it was a bagpipe that went berserk. Get ready. Our Mr. Pick this week is the New York Giants.
All right. Who are they playing?
I don't remember.
I can't get excited.
The game wasn't that good, and that's why I took them off the board. I think they're playing the 49ers because I was going to maybe go to that game.
And who knows what kind of sleight of hand.
Thank you, Mike. There it is. He found. How the hell did you find that card? Oh my gosh. Let's see what the sticker was for this one. Here's the sticker. This I assigned a sticker too, just in case, but then I realized I thought that was part of the 5. And the what would the sticker have been if we had?
I don't even know what kind of sleight of hand you were working below the screen either. So I can't even say this
I
is
wasn't
legitimate.
working. 33B. A Bolia baseball card. That's what it is.
But either way, we are winning this because it's
I agree.
Niners have to come all the way across the country, play the Giants, who do have a future quarterback here.
Yep.
1 o'clock game. They're going to be their circadian rhythm's going to be off. We got a winner on this one.
I agree. I think this would be hilarious. But if we had gone 1-6 and Theron picked the sticker, and if that had come out, we would have again, Mike, you're not going to believe this, gotten the Tennessee Titans with that.
Oh,
card.
wow.
So, Don, you did us a huge solid. We have a chance. We have at least a fighting chance this week with the Giants and this ridiculous idea. And if this works, I think I have another pack, another Alf pack. I've got a MASH pack, and I got an I Love Lucy pack. And if this does it, and I'm calling up Barstools and the New York Post, as I always tag them, if this works, come on, you got to give us some love. The Mr. Pick for this week, our Alf trading card and the New York Giants. Let's see what happens.
I just went on DraftKings, and they're using the Alf cards now on there.
Which one's that one?
I don't know. I wish we had gotten this one.
All right, let me see what that one would have been. That's the Bolia base card, I think. Or is it number 27?
That's the every comedian in the 80s
that's
look.
the stickers. That would have been the Arizona Cardinals. I assigned everything. Isn't that fun? or not.
What's the deal with eating cats?
All right. So, Don, we're having a lovely time. Let's just talk a little. You, of course, that metal show was one of my favorite shows. It's not, I don't have a lot of knowledge about metal. That's why I loved the show. Eddie Trunk. I used to listen to that guy in K-Rock. His knowledge is ridiculous. And I love that you guys would just talk metal and talk about these things and have guests, especially guests I'm sure you couldn't even believe you would ever meet, which was so cool. So I thought, did you ever get to meet Ace Frehley, who just died last week or 2 weeks ago? Last week, I think.
Yeah, last week he did the show a couple of times, and my friends all play in his solo band for the last couple of years. So
wow.
I've been around Ace a lot, let's say over the last 10, 15 years. But yeah, when he came on that metal show, he was always hilarious. He could have been a stand-up comic in his own
is that right?
If he wanted to. Yeah, he was great. I'll tell you, I'll give you he came on that metal show and we were asking him about inventing the smoking guitar, which he was famous for. And he goes, as a matter of fact, I have a new invention I wanted to debut on your show. And our producer did not tell us this was coming. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, the smoking flute, and he takes out a little wooden flute and he starts playing it, and smoke starts billowing at the end.
Well,
And the three of us just, we just doubled over laughing because, like I said, they never told us he was going to do that, and it was hilarious.
I think the key to Kiss's success is that all of them had a good sense of humor. I think they got it. Like they're like, we know what we are. We know we get the makeup, and then of course the genius of them to unmask the makeup and then be even bigger. Well, not as big in the 70s, but still some of those were my favorite songs when they were unmasked, because then why not? Because it's not working. They're so smart business wise, and then go mask again when you go tour. I mean, it's mind-boggling genius.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of bands that wear masks or like heavy stage makeup that can follow that same formula. Like Slipknot could do that. Once Slipknot's sales start going down, they can take off the mask and do that. Mudvayne, that band Ghost, who are huge now.
I don't know any of these bands.
Yeah, the Ghost is like plays, arena. They headline arenas. And
Are you sure you're not talking about Goose? I'm kidding.
No.
My brother-in-law and sister are going there tonight to Tampa to travel to see Goose. It's an embarrassment for all of us.
Well, I don't even know what that is, but
exactly.
but the marketing genius of Kiss is beyond compare.
Barry just asked a question, but I think he just answered that. Barry is good. Was Ace down to earth, or was he as weird as Gene? Sounds like he was down to earth.
He like I said, he always wanted to crack people up. He always wanted to make people laugh. When we were Eddie had his 40th anniversary in radio party last year in Vegas. He did this big concert. Alice Cooper and Sammy Hagar and like a million people. It was a great and Ace was there too. So the night before, a bunch of us had dinner at this place, Bootlegger Bistro. And I'm sitting at the table with Ace and a bunch of other people, and everyone's talking, sharing stories, laughing. Like 20 minutes into the dinner, Ace looks across the table at me and he goes, "Who are you again?" He goes, I know you. I go, "No, don't worry about Ace. I know Ace has got a lot of party years under his belt, right?"
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
So I said, "Yeah, Don Jamieson, you did that metal show with me and Eddie and Jim, and you did my podcast a few times. My friends are in your band." He goes, "Oh, yeah, the comedian, right." So we continue on, and then we get to the end of the dinner, and he tells his girlfriend to call an Uber. He wants to go back to the hotel. And she goes, 15 minutes, Ace. And he looks across the table at me, and he goes, "You and me, joke off."
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Good. I don't know.
And all of a sudden, Dave, I'm 12 years old again, buying my first Kiss album, because I could never have thought, decades later, I'd be standing in the middle of a restaurant in Las Vegas, trading street jokes back and forth with Ace Frehley from Kiss.
No, it's incredible. It's incredible. I think of that as a little boy too.
He's kicking my ass.
Well, because he knows the old one. That's what I was going to say. That would make me panic. I don't know any jokes.
No.
My jokes take 10-minute setups, and then that's why I've never made it on television. But the interesting thing about Kiss is that it was started by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, but like everyone contributed, because they had the band The Wicked Lester, and then they auditioned. It's so interesting. Peter Criss and Ace Frehley, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that I know they went to see Peter Criss in a nightclub, like drumming or singing, and they auditioned him, and he was the one when they were driving around trying to come up with a name for the new band, who said, "Well, I used to be in a band called Lips. We should maybe does that spark anything?" That's when Paul Stanley said, "Oh, what about Kiss?" Right? And then Ace Frehley, he made the logo.
Yep.
So they all contributed, which is really, you don't see that a lot, because obviously, I think Paul Stanley and Gene wrote most of the material, right? Or did they also contribute to that too?
No, those guys also wrote songs too, but it's not to the extent of Gene and Paul. Any Kiss album will have, mostly Gene and Paul singing, and then one or two Ace and maybe one Peter.
But that's why, right, exactly. But that's why I like that they all kind of contributed to how it, came about, and it's just such a, Yeah, like you said, when we were kids, I mean, I was, terrified of them at first because my next door neighbor was showing me the album. And I was like, well, why is he have blood coming out? And then it wasn't until later, I guess, when I was more in high school that I'm like, hey, their music's really good. Because I couldn't get away from the show.
Yeah.
And then I realized, boy, they're really talented. Like this is good melody.
And plus, you were trying to think of a way to have less friends in high school.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was. That's what I do. So I was opening my Alf cards, and everybody's like, "No, you got to get into Kiss."
Yeah.
But I have MASH cards, trading cards.
I'll trade you a BJ Honeycutt for an Alf hairdryer joke card.
But I love that, and I love that you got to hang out with Ace. That is a dream. It's like me knowing Larry from Three's Company.
Yes.
It's like a dream come true every time we've had wings and beer together, and I'm like, wow. Yours is cooler, but mine's cool in a different way, but it's still cool.
Oh, that's
you'd want to do that too.
Still very cool in my world.
But you're right. But you want the gamut, I mean, just like that guy. Geez, those Kiss was and I'm upset that I missed the farewell tour. I'm very upset about that.
Yeah, well, it's only 8 years long, so you're probably busy.
Maybe they'll take another chance. I know, but it was at the Garden, I think, last December, and I don't know. Sometimes I can't get people to go with me, and it sucks. Mike, why don't we play where Paulin is interviewing Kiss in the Halloween special, because it's so, and this is when it was 76. Did we see there? This is when they were the shit, right? Or actually, it was the Paul Lynde special that helped them get a larger audience. Go figure. Mike,
they were pretty big by 76.
Right. But this helped get them a wider audience, obviously.
Yeah, let's do the gay Dennis Miller show.
A smart move.
All right. Come on, Margaret. I've always wanted to meet Kiss. Hi, fellas. Yeah, just what I've always wanted. 4 kisses on the first date.
Well, your friend sure has a weird sense of humor.
Does your mother know what you're doing? Margaret, you haven't introduced me to your friends.
Oh, forgive me. This is Ace, this is Jean, this is Peter, and this is Paul.
Oh, I love a good religious group. I can take one look at you four, and I can tell you how you got your name and how you got your act. You had a fight, and your mother's told you to kiss and make up. And your makeup is something else. How long does it take you to put it on?
We don't wear makeup.
Why don't you push the down button on your elevator shoes? I have to ask you a favor. Do you think you can find it in yourself to go me one more wish?
Now, you've been so very good so far, I'll have to say no.
Oh, rats.
Rats! Anyone who's a friend of rats is a friend of mine. What's your wish?
Atta girl. I wish Kiss would do one more song for us.
Immediately, if not sooner.
I don't know whether we get flagged for playing the music on YouTube, but
what Kiss be litigious?
They played Beth too, and I think Detroit Rock City.
I think that's the first one they played.
Yeah.
You owe Gene $30,000 right now.
Right, exactly. You don't want any trouble from that guy. Wait, who's the guy that does that really incredible imitation? You know him,
Craig Gass.
Craig Gass. Boy, that's talented.
And that weekend that they played the Garden, Craig and I did a Kiss comedy show at the comic strip.
What? Why wasn't I told of this?
Yeah, and we just did like an hour and a half of Kiss jokes.
Oh my God, I would have loved that. I wouldn't have liked going to the comic strip, but I would have gone just for this occasion.
Yes.
Comic
Well,
strip's where to go.
when they do the next farewell tour and end at the Garden again.
All right, thank you.
You can come.
So I have a little game for us to play. It's a Kiss-related game. Mike, I'm going to share my screen one last time. And what this is, Don, is you have to guess the album name.
It's right on the front there.
Well, right, but
Kiss.
that's right. And because why?
Because Wicked Lester sounded like that creepy
Well,
guy in the neighborhood that you tell your daughter not to go near.
Right.
So they had to change it.
This is the first album.
Correct.
And it was just self-titled and called Kiss from 1974.
The original makeup and everything now.
Right. And now, okay, how about this one?
Hotter than hell.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. Hotter than hell. Second album, 6 months later in 74.
That's right.
And now we're going to jump around to think a little. Obviously,
Kiss Alive.
Kiss Alive. He's got it. Look at there, just right in the right-hand corner.
You won't stump me.
Good.
Just stop now.
All right. Well, we'll see. This album made them, right? Wouldn't you say? This is the one.
Yeah, because there was 3 albums out. The one after Hotter Than Hell is called Dressed to Kill, and they were going nowhere. It was tanking. It was not working out. They weren't making any money, and they put this album out, and all the songs jumped to life.
Right, because they were convinced, again, very smart, that their live performances, they just weren't capturing it on their albums. And clearly, even just you can see in the cover, they're fun. And I guess that came out in a live with an audience and everybody going crazy. And Kiss Alive was, huge.
Yes.
And it was like, what was it? It was a double album, right? So I know it folded out.
Correct.
Yeah. And it had all the pictures, everything you could want in an album back then when you were listening to the music and only looking at the album. All right. How about this one? This is a tough one.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is tough.
Because it's later.
Yeah, it's one of 2. So this one is, oh boy.
I will give you the date. It's 2012. I don't think it had any hits.
No.
Obviously, I don't think that is Ace Frehley or Peter Criss. So
correct. That's Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer. I'm going to go with Monster.
Yes. Well done. That's incredible. That's what I wasn't sure of. I'm like, I wonder if he knows. And I didn't want to be a dick and like put you on the spot, but I was like, he knows this stuff, but nobody knows the later one. So this is extremely impressive.
And sad at the same time.
No, it is not sad. It's fucking cool. I love your knowledge. Now this one, obviously if you didn't get this one, there'd be a problem.
The first Kiss record I ever had.
Shit.
Destroyer.
He got it. Wow. Wow.
Still got my original vinyl.
Kiss Destroyer, 1976, Detroit Rock City, Shout It Out Loud, and Beth. That is a quality. You know what? I want to buy that album. I just got a turntable, and I've been like, what album would I want to get? That's a quality Kiss album, right? And that's like right after the Kiss Alive album. So that's what you do. Your live album kicks ass. If you don't have a follow-up, they might never have been heard of again. And this one has all those songs, just the 3 I named, which are big Kiss staples. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a fun one. All right, here's a little bit. I think you'll get it, but going a little bit later.
Yeah, if I got Monster, this is so this is no makeup, also no Ace Frehley or Peter Criss. You have Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr down there in the bottom, and that's an album called Asylum.
That is correct, and that actually has could be my favorite Kiss song, which is Tears Are Falling, which I just for some reason had to play the other day. It was in my head. I loved it. I loved their 80s music. I liked that.
Yeah.
That's my metal. Like, I'm sorry, I'm calling it metal. That's an insult to you, but that's my wheelhouse of, that the White Snake during that time. I loved that loud rock, but I guess they consider it metal, but you wouldn't, right?
It's all in the family,
Well, I wasn't sure if you would say it's all in the family, because you guys are serious. The bands you had just mentioned where I'm like, Slipknot. And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't know.
Well, this was a very colorful period for the Kiss too, as indicated on the front. But the outfits in the videos for these songs are so completely over the like they could have read to children during Drag Queen Story Hour in those outfits.
Exactly. Okay. How about this one? This is a tough one, maybe.
So yeah, the iconic Kiss live albums are 1 and 2, right?
Right.
But there is a third one, and this is it.
Boy, you are good. I didn't even know until yesterday. Did not know there was a Kiss Alive 3.
There might even be a Kiss Alive 4. I have to look it up.
This is from 1993.
And it's a good record, but the cool thing, Dave, when we were young, live albums propelled all those 70s bands to the next level. That it was so cool to have a live album back then. It happened with Kiss, Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous, Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East, Ted
Even
Nugent,
Barry
Double
Manilow's
Life
live
Gonzos.
album was huge.
Oh, I danced for years when I heard that.
But it's true. It did propel him to another level, whether you liked him or not. That live album was, I think everybody had a copy of it. Just has him in that blue sparkly suit. But yeah, who else's live albums propelled them to a new height?
Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzos, Leonard Skinner. What was that? One More for the Road.
Did they all follow Kiss's? Did they all come after 75 or are they before?
Yeah, I think it was just a general trend in the 70s. Now bands, because you can record stuff so easily. Now bands pretty much put out a live album after every tour, like Metallica. Some bands, Metallica for a while was selling the show that they did that night to people on the way out the door.
Wow, that's smart in using your the modern technology correctly.
Yeah.
All right, how about this one?
Kiss Alive. Yeah, there's no Kiss Alive. No.
Hey, wait. What about this one?
Come on now. Don't you're insulting me now because I had to not only did I had to go out and get another original version of Love Gun. That's right, because when I bought it when I was a kid, there was an actual paper Love Gun.
Really?
That came with the album, and then you'd snap it and it would turn into a love gun. But after you did it about 3 times, it usually, ripped and it was done.
So did you get another one on eBay or like a brand new one from Amazon?
No, I found it in a record store.
So this is an original that should have a paper Love Gun in it.
Yep. And there it is.
Oh my God.
There's the Love Gun.
Oh, yes. Thank you for opening that on the air on the show.
And then you snapped it. I'm not going to snap it because I don't want it to break, but
right.
Right out there.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I don't know how I didn't know that. That's from 1977.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm 6 years old.
And what song was the big one on that one?
The title track, Love Gun on there. And
it was a Christine 16.
Shock Me. Ace Frehley's first vocal performance.
Oh, really?
Was on that album. Yes, sir.
All right. Can you guess whose solo album this is?
All right. Well, it's not Ace's. That's the demon himself, Gene Simmons.
That is completely correct. I mean, I had a feeling you would know the colors and everything. And this, of course, they all made solo albums in 78. And the funniest thing of this one is his rendition of When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio.
Yes.
What are the odds of that? That's when you're running out of material. But the smart thing to do on your solo album, you really want to go in a different direction.
Yeah, you would. The rest of Kiss would beat the shit out of you if you put that on a Kiss album.
Right. Now, this is a tough one.
I'm ready.
I had never heard of this album before.
It's tough to listen to.
That's what I've heard. It was quite the departure.
So this album is the first album Eric Carr, who replaced Peter, came in on. Can you imagine you come in on the worst album that the band had ever made, and it's called The Elder.
That's right.
Or Music from the Elder, if you want to be technical. But it was a concept album, and nobody has any idea what the concept is.
Right. It's from 1981 when they were, grabbing at straws, trying to figure out how to keep it going. I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, Eric Carr, What did he do before he was replaced Peter Criss?
He was just a kid who lived up in Westchester. He didn't have
Oh,
he didn't come from another famous band.
Oh, he didn't. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of Eric Carmen. That's what it was. So I'm like, I never heard that name before, but yeah, no, that's not it. All right, this one you mentioned before. Of course, this is an easy one.
And you should if people watch the videos from the Elder, I call that the supercuts era of Kiss, because they cut their hair then, and they're the worst haircuts you've ever seen. But yes, this is a very, very classic album cover. Them in the Gene in the ill-fitting suit there.
Yeah.
That's Dressed to Kill, of course.
The ill-fitting suit is just perfect.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest album covers ever, really, because it just says the title, it's everything, and it's got Rock and Roll All Night on it,
and which was not a big hit.
No, not until they did it live, right?
Yeah,
right. Because this is from '75, so then that's why they were able to do it on the live album, right? Yeah, because when you listen to it's like a Cheap Trick. I
Want You to Want Me.
I Want You to Want Me is the worst song ever in the studio, and then live it just comes to life somehow. Fascinating how that works, and the fact that they understood that. I'm sure you know this one.
Yep, look it up.
My favorite from 1983, their first unmasked album, Taking a Risk, totally paid off. And then they had several follow-ups and were able to compete in the 1980s, which again, so many bands couldn't do from the 70s. It's very impressive, like Heart. They just became glam rock bands and went with the trends and were able to make more money and get more fans. It's very impressive, I always think.
Yeah, Kiss got heavier in the 80s.
Yeah. Yes.
Not only do I still have my original version from when I was a kid, I have the picture disc.
Oh, wow. They had that?
Of Ace Frehley's solo album.
Oh, my God.
78.
78.
Rip It Out, and all that good stuff.
Anton Fig and Will Lee from Letterman Show were playing on it, right?
Yep.
And, of course, it had the only hit off the 4 solo albums, the New York Groove, which I think they play on the Fan every day.
Do they?
WFAN, right? Because it's the one back in the new, right? Yeah, they play it every day.
Which is not an Ace song, but Ace made it famous, yeah.
But he made it famous, yeah. I thought, yeah.
Wait.
What, Mike?
Who was the original?
I think it's called Hello. The band was called Hello or something.
Hello.
It was written by Russ Ballard.
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
He's sort of a not as prolific Desmond Child.
Ah, okay, yeah, because they were working with Desmond Child a lot.
He wrote their biggest hit.
Which one's that? The Rock and Roll All Night?
No, I Was Made for Loving You.
Oh, yeah, I was interested when he was working with them in the 70s, and of course he was so prolific in the 80s, helped Bon Jovi and all these guys, and I didn't know he was working with them, early on, which is incredible. This is a tough one, I think, because it's later. It's 89.
I was checked out at this point of Kiss.
Me too.
But I do know that that's Hot in the Shade.
Oh, wow. You are good. I never would have guessed that. Yeah, it's called Hot in the Shade. And the ballad called Forever, written by
Desmond Child.
No, Paul and Michael Bolton.
Oh.
89. Makes sense. He's like, let's do something with Michael Bolton. I don't know what accent that is. I don't know. I was doing Gene, but I was trying to do Gene, but I came out the wrong way. And the funny thing is that I was listening to the album yesterday, and the song Hide Your Heart sounds like a song that South Park would be doing to make fun of an 80s band like this. It's awful.
Which is why you got to listen to Ace's version of Hide Your Heart. Ace did it first.
Oh.
And then Kiss said, "Oh, we'll show you how it's done." And their version is not good, but Ace's is kick ass.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. And the song Forever, once I heard it, I remembered it, from 1989. And how about this one? A little later.
Yeah, this album is embarrassing.
Yes, it is.
It's called Crazy Nights.
That's right.
The title track is so cringe.
And Diane Warren helped them in this one to Turn on the Night, helped with that. So they had all the people that helped everyone in the 80s, Diane Warren and Desmond Child, and that's probably what helped them in the 80s, but not this time. That's, the reason why Diane Warren hasn't won an Oscar yet is because of this song, I've been told. Anyway, this one, I mean, you have to get this one. It's the most obvious one, I guess.
And also, they don't give songwriters Oscars. But other than that,
no, I know, but I'm just saying
right
she's always nominated for Oscars, and she never has won.
Yeah. Well, this album as a Kiss fan, when you heard the title, you got excited. You're like, oh my God, they're going to be unmasked. And then you look at the album cover and they fuck you, basically.
Yeah, they fuck you. And people were pissed.
I was.
I thought that too. Exactly. It was 1980, and it made a lot of sense for them to be unmasked by 1980. And then they fooled us. And you could see it right there in the cover. They're like taking off their mask, but it's them masked. And then that was that Pinhead? Is that Zippy the Pinhead? I still say they stink.
Yeah.
Is that who that's supposed to be, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. And so this is why I was cutting you off when you were looking. Do you know what album this is?
Well, that's technically Kiss Alive 4.
That's right. That's why I already had it planned. So when you were saying, I think they made a Kiss Alive 4, I'm like, no, don't ruin it.
Yep, I don't count that as you can't count that as a Kiss Alive 4 with a symphony.
No, exactly. Of course, it's ridiculous. So they're just grabbing at straws at this point. This is 2003. It's an embarrassment, but there is a Kiss Alive 4, as you knew even before you were checking it out, which is amazing. And of course, do you know this one? I mean, this is early on, 76.
Yeah. So this came after Kiss Destroyer. Some Kiss fans, I think Kiss Destroyer is their best album. Some fans were a little turned off by all the bells and whistles and the ballad and pianos and strings. So they went a little more raw on Rock and Roll Over.
That's right. Rock and Roll Over, 1976, calling Dr. Love.
Yeah, Mr. Speed.
That's really interesting. So they were like listening to their fans, which is cool.
I don't like the production on this album. I like the songs, but the production to me is flat.
Interesting. And then finally,
I'm sure everybody's hanging on the edge of their seat for my critique of the production.
I was. And you just mentioned this one, who was written by, you said, Desmond Child, right?
Yeah, it's their most downloaded song from the album Dynasty.
That's right.
I Was Made for Loving You. I remember seeing them on the Don Kirshner's rock concert. I stayed up and I put the little Radio Shack earplug into the little jack on my TV because I wasn't allowed to stay up that late, and watch them play on the Don Kirshner show for this album. And because I was excited because I knew they were going to have all new costumes, and we didn't have the internet to leak that kind of thing. So it was very exciting.
That is exciting. I like that. Can you name this album?
Yeah, that could be two different albums. That could be Saxon, Denim and Leather, or it could be Don Jamieson, Denim and Laughter.
It is Don Jamieson, Denim and Laughter. Yes, your album.
Thank you.
You can listen to at his website, donjamieson.com. Is that correct, right?
The website's kind of down. Just
the website's awful. So
I
was just saying,
social media. Just follow me on my socials.
No comics are good at keeping up their website, and me as well. So, this guy, Reverend Rock and Rollin', just wrote the Michael Bolton.
Yes,
that's the one.
Who was in a metal band when he first started?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
maybe that's how they. Maybe that's why they knew him or something, even though at 1989 he was the king of the world.
Yeah, no, but before that he realized he was not gonna make a living singing heavy metal songs, and he grew out the mullet and sang soulful ballads and made trillions.
He did. Yep, he did the right thing. Even if however we make fun of him for doing those ballads, he is laughing at us.
He's making twice what we make easily.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Don, this has been so much fun. I was so excited about the show today. I love talking Kiss. I love talking football. I love talking Paul Lynde.
Yes.
I mean, it was the perfect show.
I enjoyed it, man. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And I'd like to hang out with you, not remotely sometime, and see you in Jersey or see you perform.
Yeah.
You going to be at Uncle Vinny's anytime soon?
Not till January.
Oh, perfect then. I think
So-
Rachel's going to be there at that time too. So
Yeah, let's all hang. We'll
yeah,
come
that would be fun.
come over, see the new house,
I'd love
the
to.
whole thing. You know what I mean?
What are you going to do for Halloween this year?
This house is ridiculous. My girlfriend's so into Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, there's spider webs everywhere, and there's a skeleton in the tub. It's wild.
What are you going to be?
Well, there's there's all right. I don't want to bore people. There's 3 different outfits for the weekend. So, there's
But when you have a girlfriend that's really into Halloween, it
Yeah.
would be
We're gonna be-
you'd be an idiot if you didn't have 3 choices.
the main costume for her and I are Bonnie and Clyde after they get shot.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And what are the other 2? You're not boring anybody.
Yeah, a skeleton, and then I don't know. I don't even know what the third one was.
Oh, sorry, that was boring.
There was
Okay.
just anytime you need me to bore you, I'm
No,
available.
it's wonderful. So, okay. Well, thank you so much, Don, for coming on. And everybody will see. We'll be back in studio on November 11th. So, everybody have a happy Halloween and a wonderful November. And we'll see you in a few weeks. It was a great time with everybody. I'll see you next time on Comedy Cellar Tuesdays. Thank you, Mike. And we'll see everybody next time.